Ladies and gentlemen, to begin with, we would like to thank you for giving the opportunity to speak about this important issue which animates in us a feeling of unfairness. We are dridhin and Dilza Mustafa, and we are both originated from Kosova. It is a young state, only 16 years old to be exact, but it has such a long history that 92% of its population, the Albanian people, are known to be there for millennia. We will go back in time very rapidly so we can understand the situation we are in today. After having suffered the domination of the Ottoman Empire for almost 5 centuries, Albanians in Kosovo had to face an even more ferocious domination, the Serbian domination, known back then as Yugoslavia. The situation became untenable in 1999 as the Albanian population experienced ethnic cleansing and genocide when ex-Yugoslavia broke down and Albanians claimed their independence. Can you put next slide, please? Next one again. Thank you. The situation became untenable in 1999, as I was saying. We have notably commemorated this January the 25th anniversary of the Rrezikun massacre, which has been well documented by the OSCE. After the NATO bombings to stop the massacres perpetrated by the Serbian forces, Kosovo was under international administration until February 2008, when it declared its independence in cooperation with the international community. In 2010, the European Union became the main facilitator of the dialogue between Kosovo and Serbia, which has per goal the normalization of their relations. Among many issues between the two states, there is one of the northwest of Kosovo. Historically Albanian, it has now a majority of Kosovar Serbs because of the ethnic cleansing episode and Serbian workers that were called to settle there. It is a very strategic zone due to the Ujmani Lake and Europe's largest lead zinc and silver ore mine in Trepça, so it was with no surprise that the Serbian government wants a control over the region. It is also the prime choice of criminal activities due mainly to the absence of police control. The terrorist attack and the act of aggression against the sovereignty of Kosovo that happened on September 24th has been perpetrated by criminals that are known by Interpol and are also very close to the autocrat Aleksandar Vučić, former minister of propaganda during the Milošević era and actual president after these last contested elections. Can you put next slide, please? Thank you. Again.
Excuse me, you have to go slowly for the interpreters.
Okay.
Good.
They have also been protected by the Serbian government after the failed coup d'etat. It is also no surprise that the Serbian opposition leader, Nikola Sandulović, was brutally beaten by the Serbian secret services this January 2024 after he apologized for crimes that Serbia committed against ethnic Albanians during the Kosovo War of Independence.
Unfortunately, we do not have the time to give all the necessary context for a better understanding of the situation. It would take hours, if not days, and we only have 5 minutes. But you can see it has only been 3 months since we sent the petition, and many calamities have been happening. So let us focus on the main issue that made us write this petition, knowing all the previous information. The Association of Serb-Majority Municipalities, shortly ASM. Serbia keeps showing its hostility toward the Republic of Kosovo and the facilitator, proving that it still wants a control over the independent state, showing expansionist desires and clearly showing that the European deals have no importance for them. However, Josep Borrell and Miroslav Lajčák still insist on the creation of an ASM, a monoethnic political association in a multi-ethnic state that would be under the influence of the Serbian government, and the very success of the dialogue is dependent on the creation of this so-called ASM. This request towards Kosovo is impossible for the reasons we explained shortly in our petition, but we will mention them. It goes against the constitution of Kosovo. It will create a parallel political structure. It will jeopardize the executive central power. It will keep the northern Kosovo an area of smuggling and crime. It will lead Kosovo to a federal state. It will increase the tensions and political crisis. And no word on the discriminations and the administrative cleansing that the Albanian people are going through in the Albanian majority municipalities in Serbia that we have mentioned and referenced in our petition. Finally, and for sure, this ASM will not lead to recognition. Please. The government of Kosovo has proved once again its good willingness to the European path and was ready to sign the agreement for the implementation of previous agreements, but Vučić refused. And yet, Kosovo is still under sanctions because the European Union thinks that going Vučić's way is going to keep Putin away. We believe in the European Union and its values of justice and peace. That is why we are here to require the lift of the unjust sanctions against Kosovo and to have a fair dialogue under the EU mediation, taking into account the authoritarian derives of the Serbian regime and its campaign against Kosovo's membership in international organizations. We must not let the creation of an ASM as it is proposed happening, since it will lead to greater instability, and the recent displays of strength by Serbia bode ill, especially in the actual international context. As we can see, the situation is always evolving, and it is crucial to keep talking about it and acting in the path of justice. This matter does not concern only Kosovo and Serbia or the Western Balkans, but also the European Union and falls within an international concern. Once again, thank you for listening to us, and we hope that you will carry our voice.